Now replacing your GPU, we've got our test bench here. We've got a small card here. I think it's a N630 GT. Nothing too special. It's just been lying around. And we've got another card that's lying around, a 760 Windforce. Yeah. Alright, first things first, when you do get your new card, obviously this is a bit old, it'll have one of these little covers over the bottom part here. Just make sure you pull that out. You've also got little port covers, usually on the back. So first things first, in your case, open it up. You've got usually screws holding it in. Now once you've removed your screws, down here, you'll see just under your card, there'll be this little tiny clip. Now it might be harder or easier in your case, depending on which, but basically, actually, see around here a bit better. So that little blue clip here, so just push it down, it'll slide down. See, it'll slightly pop your card out, so obviously can't get it back in straight away, but if you push it right down, you should be right. Get it from this angle. Now just pull sort of your card upwards like that, and there you go, out it comes. Now obviously this is quite a small little card. We've got back, yep, N630 GT. So it's quite a small card. A lot of modern cards get quite beefy and heavy, and yeah, so you wouldn't be able to do it one-handed. Now we'll try with this Windforce. This one does weigh a fair bit compared to the other one. Same thing. You want to basically make sure the slot's open on your board, the little clip. Once it's like that, just basically line it up. There we go. Push it in, and that little clip should come up. I've had motherboards where it doesn't fully come up. You might need to basically take it out, do it again, but as long as it goes in, it should connect in. And a lot of the time these screw holes never line up, unless I've just had really cheap cases in the past, or just old ones. I mean, this one's very banged up. You just basically want to screw those back in, and we'll do that now for you. So those two screws now screwed in. It's in nice and tight. Alrighty, so this particular card, and a lot of larger cards tend to require additional power. Also, when you pick the PCIe slots, tend to use the top one in the board. There's a few technical reasons, but mainly that's the better slot in your board, your motherboard. All the other ones are basically, secondary, third. So yeah, golden rule. Oh, sorry. There's a secondary one, the black one. These are different PCI slots. Yeah, basically use the top one because your graphics card will run faster. It basically has more of a capacity, but I won't go into the technical terms. Anyway, we've got a total mess of power cables here. So if we fish out the correct ones, so there's one right there. So you got the 6-port one, 6-pin one. Basically, that's the end. You want to sort of line up the patterns too, but most of the time you'll see a little notch. It won't go in any other wrong way. So if it doesn't go in like lightly like that, don't force it. It's probably around the wrong way. So put that one in till it's fully in. And we do have another one down here somewhere. Alrighty, so we have our 8-pin connector here. It's a split one, so depending on your power supply and your graphics card, you will have ones like this. Now I'm just going to attach this here. Now it took a bit of a mash, but these two sort of slot together. They'll slide into the card, like so. Now, obviously, you want to cable manage a bit better than this, but essentially, there we go. It requires those to be plugged in, so if you do see them at your top of your card, you will need to plug it in. If your power supply doesn't have the particular cables, then unfortunately you probably need to get a new power supply. Most modern ones do, so if it doesn't, it's probably an older power supply, and it's probably in time for an upgrade. But there we go. We've got that 760 plugged in. I mean, it's a bit of a mess, but that's how you swap over your GPU. And it's actually really straightforward as long as you don't force anything and pretty much remember to plug everything in. You're not going to cause any damage. And when you first switch it on, some cards will post or show an image on the screen and do a restart. They all have their own sort of methods of starting up first, but as long as you see an image on there, you should be fine. If not, just try in reverse what we did, remove the card, put it back in again, and you should be right. If there are any other issues, unfortunately, yeah, that's going to be a different video. But until then, yeah, hopefully you find this helpful.